welcome back to my channel. This video is 100% being recorded after Christmas, and it is obviously going up after Christmas, but in this video I am talking about the Christmas books I read in the month of December. I'm gonna get on Goodreads because I like to talk about them roughly in order. I read 4 books and I listened to 3 audiobooks, so we're gonna just pull up my Goodreads. I don't know why I didn't already have that ready. Unprofessional, but that's okay. Let's see, where did we start? What? Oh, there they are. Okay, so, I guess I'll start with my audiobooks first. And my camera's angry at me. This is just not my day. It's not my day. Anyways, so the first book I listened to, so we're going to talk about the 3 audiobooks I read, is The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny by Willa Nash. I will put it up over here by the tree. It's about a girl who works for a nanny service, and she's hired to work with a kiddo, and it turns out that the kiddo's dad was a guy she went to high school with and she had a crush on. And so it's kind of like that coming back, and then also realizing he had a crush on her as well. So like their old spark kind of comes back, and yeah, it was really cute. It was really short and simple. The dad and the mom are divorced, but it's complicated because the little girl, she's like 8, she really, really loves her mom, but her mom only shows up when she needs something, so she's never really around, and obviously that causes the little girl to act out. So it's just a really cute, wholesome Christmas I guess a rom-com. Anyways, book 2 is called Booked for the Holidays. I'll try to put it over there. By Liz Maverick. It's a Audible, I think, only. Yeah, so it's only on Audible. You can only listen to it on Audible. That one was really cute. It was about a girl who works for a publishing company, and she goes out. They have an elderly woman who's been writing a series. It's like 20 plus books. It's a mega universe. And she was working on the final book, and they kept having to extend her deadline for her to send in the final book. And they hadn't heard from her in a while, so she finally shows up. And you find out that she passed, but she didn't want, like in her will, the writer didn't want anybody to know about it right away. Like she didn't want the public to go crazy about her and really mourn her. So her grandson, who was essentially always her like word vomit person, the person that was always there when she was like trying to talk and stuff, she tasked him with trying to finish it. And so him and the editor girl, who absolutely loves the series and has read everything and knows everything about it, worked together to write the final book. And they bond over that because she's lonely, she doesn't really have any friends and family, and then, his grandma just passed, and there's a whole bunch of baking. And they celebrate Hanukkah, I believe. This isn't like a typical like Christmas one. Yeah, they celebrate Hanukkah instead of Christmas. So that was really fun to listen to them talk about that. That was very nice and very different. So, I loved that one as well. I'll be putting the ratings with them over there when the books go up. I'm just now realizing I never talked about the first 2, but the ratings were there. Next is a Kindle book. The next 2 I read them on Kindle. So we have The Nightmare Before Christmas by Sarah Roschi. I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. We're going to keep this up because my camera's going to behave, I hope, with this light on. I gave that one, I clicked the wrong tab to show me my ratings. I think I gave it a 4. That's awesome, not what I wanted. That wasn't what I wanted. I gave it a 4-star. Okay, so your premise is you have Cole, which is his middle name. He likes to go by Cole. Well, it's not. It's like an abbreviation for Nicholas. He goes by Cole, and he thinks it's funny because he's a son of Santa, which in this world, all the holidays are pretty much royalty. They each have like a royal family. And so Cole is the heir and prince to Christmas. And he essentially is forced into a potential arranged marriage with his friend, who's the Princess of Easter. But without trying to spoil too much, essentially Halloween gets upset that these two big holidays are going to try to make an alliance. So Halloween wants a chance to be in this. So they send their prince, Hex. Oh my gosh, I was like blanking for a second. Hex. They send Hex there to compete essentially with Cole for the Easter Princess Iris. But what ends up happening instead is Cole and Hex fall in love with each other. So that was fun. You got your Christmas prince and you've got a Halloween prince fall in love with each other. And it's absolutely adorable. I loved it. Their banter is great. I think I gave it a 4 instead of a 5 because essentially towards the end, I just kind of lost a bit of the interest. It was like, oh, it was super cute at the beginning, and then like, I don't know, it just wasn't vibing quite as right the closer we got to the end of the book. So, it's not saying that like it got bad towards the end, and just maybe like the novelty wore off, but I still thought it was really fun. So yeah, I gave it a 4. It was really enjoyable. It was really cute. I totally realized I was supposed to talk about all 3 audiobooks and I didn't. It's okay. We'll get to it. I guess when we get to it, we're gonna talk about them in order, and I'm really just gonna hope my camera stays in focus. Please. Please. This is why I don't like to film at night, but I've been busy. I've been busy because of the holidays. But yeah, one takeaway though from The Nightmare Before Christmas, I absolutely adored the fact that anytime Hex swore, essentially a Halloween decoration pops up. So if he says a cuss word in any shape or form, boom, Halloween decoration. Like one point, a jack-o'-lantern spawns. And another time it was like a ghost balloon. And so you can imagine when they're having fun, rolling around in the sheets, all of a sudden you'll just have some decorations. And I thought it was so funny when it happens. Alright, next up, everybody's list. This book is on everybody's TBR for Christmas. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. How interesting that this is a spicy romance based on The Grinch. I'm just saying. It's funny. Everybody talks about the candy cane scene in this book. Oh, it's a 5. It's a 5. I guess I'm putting it up twice. Everybody talks about the candy cane scene in this book. I thought it was... Personally, I didn't have much of an opinion about it. I was just like, oh. Okay. I mean, I would not be a fan. I would not be a fan of this scenario happening to me. But, yeah. I would not personally want to have that happen in real life with me. But that's just me. But I thought it was super cute how essentially our main girl, is trying to, or essentially is signed up by her aunt who was injured that she's there to take care of, to compete in this like Christmas holiday kind of thing with the town that the town has every Christmas, where you do a bunch of different like Christmas themed things, like making candy canes from scratch, and like there's like little performances you have to do, and like a light show for your like house, putting on lights and all these other fun things that you do. And essentially your main girl's Story's aunt signs her up to do it since her aunt can't do it herself. And so Story ends up competing, but then you have our main guy, I think his name's Cole as well. Cole Black, if I remember right. There are so many names up in this brain that I don't always remember everybody's name. Can we? Why is his name not in the blurb? Why won't you give me? I'm pretty sure it's Cole Black. How do you not give me her name in the blurb? You don't give me his name in the blurb because it's from first point of view. We're rolling with Cole. We're rolling with his name's Cole. And he thinks that Story's trying to enter the town competition. So he's the Grinch. He's the town grump. He does not decorate. He does not partake. He's a humbug. He's not a fan of Christmas. He's just rude. But when he finds out that Story enters the competition, and because of one single comment she made as a teenager after she got embarrassed, he, like, held that grudge for, like, years, okay? Years this man held that grudge. And so he was like, okay, because she said this, she hates the town. And so she's just going to sabotage this great, beautiful thing that the town does. So I'm going to enter it, and I'm going to beat her. And so they compete, and they pull silly pranks, like she sabotages his light display on his house. Like, just silly things. It's all silly. It's really fun, though. Each of the competitions are great. Watching them go from, like, him essentially hating her and her not even understanding why, to him finally opening back up to the community because he had something happen tragically in his past where he kind of closed off. But because Story's now back, he's able to start opening back up and become a part of the community again and get out of his hermit shell. And it's really sweet. It's really nice. I think it was good. I would personally recommend the book. I think it was great. Everybody hyping it. I agree. I thought it was great. My last audiobook I listened to is Mr. and Mrs. Christmas. I gave it a 4. It's just, it's your basic like, if this would have been a Hallmark movie, I could see it if it wasn't already. Mr. and Mrs. Christmas by Michelle Stimson is about, it's a girl in town, and the mayor is trying to get, like, publicity for the town. So she tells this reporter woman that our main girl, names, so many names, Leslie, and her friend's brother, who is also, like, he's also her friend, but he's, you know, the friend's brother for romance purposes, Jamal. They end up getting paired together and being like, they are engaged. They're Mr. and Mrs. Christmas. They are everything a Christmas embodiment in our town. And so everywhere everybody goes, it's Mr. and Mrs. Christmas. And they're essentially used, even though they're not even a couple, as a symbol to get people to come do Christmas things in their town. And so that's happening. Oh my goodness, excuse me. But at the same time that is happening, Leslie and Jamal are trying to find this old Christmas star, because the town has a tree that they decorate and what have you, and they used to have a star, but I think it broke, and so they're trying to find it so they can fix it because she makes ornaments. She's like, she makes ornaments and he deals with wood. So they're like, we could do this. We could fix it. And so they go to find it. And that's like half the story. Half of the story is them finding this ornament, trying to fix it. And the other half of them is just their romance. And I gave it a 4 because it is what I thought it was going to be. It's a Hallmark movie. But it's definitely not like if I had sat down and read this in book form, I probably wouldn't have been very happy. But the fact that I could just listen to it on Audible and have, like, some people talking to me was probably what gave it an extra star. If it was a physical book, I would have probably gave it a 3. Now we're getting on to my physical books. The last 2 books. I read, 2, 3. So, yeah, I read 4 books and listened to 3 audiobooks. That's pretty good for 7. I did this over about a course of a week. I finished the last book, Christmas-related book, on Christmas Eve, I believe, but, was it Christmas? It was the 23rd or the 24th, but then a Kindle book came out, so I've been reading that, and after these, but that's not going to be in a video till the wrap-up. Our next book, though, a special place in my heart. I love this thing. Sally's Lamb Knit. And this is the Barnes & Noble edition, so, like, the regular cover, like the regular hardback, this isn't shiny, it's not glossy, and this back, this purple, it's yellow in the original, but this is the Barnes & Noble edition, so it's all shiny, and also, it has a super pretty inside. It's gonna be really hard to see it. because of the black. I know. Because it's dark in here. Oh, come back. Come back to me. But this is Sally's laminate. Hold on, I need my backlight. My phone is my light. Anyways, Sally's laminate. This is one of the Disney Twisted Tales. I have read a handful of these. I haven't read them all because when it comes to the Twisted Tales, I only read the ones I'm interested in. Not all of them, in my opinion, sound interesting. And so because of that, I only pick the ones I like. And even sometimes the ones that I think I'm going to like, I don't end up liking. But there are definitely some that I absolutely adore as well. This is one of them. This was a 5. Hold on, let's get this in front of the tree so we can give it its proper rating. This book is amazing. So it's exactly as it says on the top. What if Sally discovered Christmas Town? And so you're thinking, so what? Sally goes through the whole thing that Jack went through? No. No, she does not. Sally goes on her own adventure to Christmas Town, and the main villain in this is a dude named Jingle, and Jingle is the like judge of Christmas Town, and if you do anything not nice, Jingle locks you up. Jingle, he throws you in a mine. I'm just saying. Jingle is mean. And so reading this while like essentially this is like Sally discovering herself, because you know, if you've like seen the original Nightmare Before Christmas, Sally is a doll. She's a patchwork doll who feels like she has no self-worth because of her creator. He's a douche. He is so rude, and he puts her down. And so most of this book is Sally discovering she's an independent woman. She can do things. She can take care of herself and go on adventures. And it's so amazing to watch Sally do that, as well as Jack, because of course she romances Jack like she does in the movie. But it's just so cute watching her and Jack go around, and Jack 100% is like, you're a girl boss. You're a girl boss. Like, get it. Do girl boss things. Like, I am here to do what you need me to do. But you're your own woman. And I loved him. I loved him. I was so happy with this book, guys. So happy. 100% recommend it. Alright, we're going to try to wrap this up quickly because my camera's been yelling at me for a hot minute. But my final book is also a 5-star. If I can get it up here. The Christmas Tree Farm by Lori Gilmore. This is my first book from this series. No, I was about to say the magic starts here. No, Dream Harbor. Here we go. My Goodreads helped save the day. The other ones are the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bakery. I'm sorry. I 100% meant to read those in the fall. Did I do that? No. Didn't even get around to buying them. My bad. So I finally jumped the gun and just said the Christmas one, which is great because I think the couples from the other two are referenced in this. So it's going to be very exciting because I loved this. So I'll be very excited to go backwards and read the other two. And there's 2 more already planned as well. So those are also going to be fun. I just think this is going to be somebody that I'm going to read a lot of. I think it's great. I love not only just like the book's format, like the word size and the feel of the book and all that jazz, but I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. You've got, for once, the girl is the grump, and the guy is nice. The guy's the sunshine. That doesn't happen very often. And Kira, her twin, moves away, and she feels like she has no self-identity because she always believed her sister was the better of the two of them. And so she decides to spend all of her trust fund, because she comes from money, she came from privilege, and decided she didn't want that. She didn't want to do that. She wanted to like make something of herself. So she bought an abandoned tree farm and essentially brought it back to life and started running it and started becoming her own businesswoman and wanted to make a cucumber garden and pickle things in the spring. And she's like got a barn that she wants to renovate so that people can throw parties and weddings, and she has all these plans. She just, has a rough start, which is when our main dude, because again, name's Bennett, he is in town with his sister, Jeannie, which I believe she's from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book. He's staying in town with her, and he essentially helps her out because he can see through her grrness. And he helps her out in the best way that he can. And so they essentially fall in love because he slowly cracks at her wall and realizes that she doesn't need to put up a mean front. It's okay to have feelings. And she teaches him because he is a fixer. So he is someone who, if he sees someone who needs help, he has to help them. And because of that, he's never really been in a healthy relationship, like in the dating world, because he's always being taken advantage by women. So Kira is able to help him realize, you know, you can be nice and help people fix things, but also do it because you want to, not necessarily because you feel like you have to. And so each of them helps work out the flaws and the kinks of the other. And even in the end, where I guess I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to talk about that, but essentially both of those flaws come up at the very end, and how they handled it in such a mature way shows how much they grew throughout the book. And I just thought it was such a good time, and it was great. So my takeaways is 100% check these two out. These were absolutely amazing. These were the best. And yeah, I hope, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, my eyes itch. I hope so many Christmas books were read this month, for the month of December. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll subscribe and join me again next time in my next video. Bye!